Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to get into another market cipher breakdown video. This time we are going to be doing the symbols that show up above the candles in market cipher A, which, if you don't know or don't remember, that's this guy up here, which is all the indicators in the main chart window aside from DBSI, which I have turned off right now. And to start, I think, even before that, I think I'll just say that these symbols are definitely helpful for sure. I mean, I have them on, pretty much all the time. It's one of them things I just never turn off. Like everything else, a little bit of a disclaimer, don't do trades or base any sort of purchasing just strictly off of one of these symbols. Like everything else, there's something to be interpreted along with other indicators and signs and your own common sense. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start out with, let's do our little bluish purple triangle here. And as you can see, we've got 3 of them just on this screen right here. Go back, another guy. They show up fairly often. And what that is, it is a early warning indicator of a potential trend reversal. What does that mean? Well, it's basically telling you that there is a strong chance that the current trend may reverse. Go the other way. Go down. Because it is only going to show up on a bullish trend and signal that you may be getting ready to go down. Are you going to go down every single time? No. But that leads me into our second one. You will see this nice, shiny, bright green dot right there. And it will always follow our purple triangle. I'm calling it purple. I don't know. It's hard to tell. And the reason it follows that triangle is because that is an indicator that, okay, we had this potential reversal symbol come up, but obviously we didn't reverse. And the green dot basically signifies that the bullish trend will likely continue. Now, obviously, as you can see here, like immediately after we pulled back a little bit. But the way I've kind of learned to look at this is that, you get this reversal indicator. We're still kind of going up. And oftentimes, I mean, it could be the candle after it. It could be a couple candles after it. But when you get that green dot, it oftentimes means that even though, you'll have a little pullback, because, I mean, it's oscillating. It's healthy. But that it'll continue on even for a little bit after that. Now, there is also a caveat to that as well. Again, like I said, you have to take everything in together, not just one single indicator. And you can see it just happened right here, like in the last hour. And we got our trend reversal indicator. And it generally did start reversing like immediately on that one. Okay, I'm on the regular candles, by the way, and you can see it, kind of back and forth a little bit. It just went straight to downish right here. And then we got a green dot, but it didn't continue upward. At least not yet. I mean, there's a possibility that we do continue up, over here, but for the moment, that doesn't mean much because it hasn't happened yet. And if you are looking at a chart just like we're looking at this one, which, by the way, is Cardano on the 12-minute, ADA, you see this, and according to, we'll say, the rules or the original tutorials from Market Cipher, if you get a red diamond within like 3, I guess it'd technically be like 4, but we'll call it 3 candles after the green dot, it invalidates that green dot. So to kind of recap here, you have the potential reversal triangle, then you have the continuation green dot, and it says that if you get 3 of these yellow diamonds after the green dot, that it should continue. And if you get a red diamond, you know, before you get those 3, although I've seen 3 with a red diamond on the 4th and it still kind of turned. So again, nothing set in stone, but it's just some kind of general rules to guide you that that will invalidate it. So real quick before we get into the other ones, let's go back a little bit and see how that has played out. We see this one right here where we had this little doji star. We did reverse. It started coming back up a little bit though. The numbers were probably looking like, okay, we may continue, but that didn't really play out. And then we did get our red diamond and this X, which I'll explain here in a minute. Let's see, this guy, you could see no green dot. And the red diamond within the following candles, I'd almost say kind of applies to just the triangle as well, because when you see it, it does seem to be the case. Now here we go. Trend reversal candle, had a little doji star, came down a little bit, had another one, continued to the upside, got our green dot, had 3 yellow diamonds. We actually have 5, where it just kind of kept going. And then we got our red diamond. Okay, now the trend has changed to the bearish side, which is what that red diamond means. It's basically the trend has gone bearish. Now, as you can see over here, it's not necessarily a long-term thing. It's just saying, okay, when we're coming up, and a lot of times it'll show up fairly early in the candle, even though these are only 12 minutes, but it's all relative. Say, okay, it was kind of going down, pulled back up a little bit. Nope, another red candle is going down. And even after coming back up a little bit, again, the big old blood diamond. And if you actually look closely, I've got things zoomed in a little bit, which makes these symbols a little bigger. You can see it's a blood diamond, the red X, and that red diamond, the small red diamond. But again, let's keep checking on our little reversals here. So here we go. There's another reversal indicator. And we got our green dot. And the yellow diamonds continued. So we did, aside from a little pullback here, generally speaking, we did continue to the upside before eventually getting that red diamond. Here, trend reversal. And as you can see, we didn't get a green dot, but we did get 3 yellows. And we did generally continue to the upside. So again, it's not a concrete ruling, an absolute, where you can say, if you saw this and you didn't get your green dot, you wouldn't just say, oh, okay, it's impossible for it to go up. I mean, nothing is impossible. Nothing's set in stone. This is real life. It's trading. Anything goes, so to speak. All is fair in love and Bitcoin. Here we go. This is an interesting one right here. And again, we're on a much smaller time frame right now, so things are also a little bit more erratic, as well as being on the standard candles. Got the reversal. We did indeed come down a little bit. I mean, if you think even just from up here, we did reverse almost 2% just in the, that half hour, 45 minutes. Then another reversal, which is interesting because this one actually is almost a bullish reversal, or at least that's the way it kind of played out. And we did get the green dot, and we got 6 yellow diamonds right there before getting kicked down. And, you know, I didn't explain yet, and I probably should have. These yellow diamonds are just the bullish continuation indicator. And it doesn't so much mean for the future as much as it means for that candle in particular. So as you can see here, you know, reversed. Yeah, it looks, I'm gonna call this a bullish reversal right here on this guy. Got the continuation. Obviously, we did continue in the grand scheme of things for quite a while. And we were getting these bullish continuation yellow diamonds. Caught the red, came back a little bit, continued, started coming down, got the red, kind of confirmed it a little bit. And here we're flip-flopping, we're flopping and groping, but had a good number of yellow diamonds right here, so we just kept continuing up. Caught the red, was coming down, caught our red X, and the red X is obviously it's a bearish indicator, and it means more about the ribbons are, so if you have your EMA ribbon on, which I'll turn on here in a second, it means that the ribbons are compressing. And if you don't know what that means, when the ribbons are compressing, that means they are likely to flip. So let me turn on the ribbons real quick so you can see that. It does get to be a little crowded, which is why I usually don't leave them all on. Okay, let me stretch this out a little here. So we're coming down. We got this red X as the ribbons were constricting inward. Open back up a little bit. Again, started to pinch. Got another one. Came in, started to pinch. Got another one. Actually flipped right here. And it's, you could see how the colors went from white to gray. And in the case of these, they kind of incrementally get a little bit bluer as you get to the smaller EMAs. But those turn to gray too. Yeah, came down. And again, it's not every time. This one was starting to pinch a little bit. We didn't get the red X. Of course, we were already in this bearish, I don't know, side of the ribbon, if you want to call them sides. Again, came in for the squeeze here. Got the red X. It almost looks like, and I've never heard anybody talk about this, but just looking at this now with you guys, it seems like when we start squeezing, when we're already on the bearish side of the ribbon, we seem to be getting the blood diamonds on top of having the red X there, which you can see underneath, which is interesting. Again, squeezed, squeezed, squeezed. We're making lemonade over here with this guy. Look at this, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, now here we go. So here's a challenge to that statement I just made here. So we got a blood diamond, but we are still in the bullish side of the ribbon, so that's not quite it. Okay, we're spitballing, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. Although it does seem to happen. Now look at this, squeezed, squeezed, got him. But again here, you know, white side of the ribbon. And so what this big red diamond is that is the blood diamond, as it's known. And that is obviously and most definitely the strongest bearish indicator. And oftentimes it will indicate, as you can see, it's about to take a dump. Now again, not every time. Like everything else, even though the numbers may be looking that way, you know, whether it be you know, orders on the books, or you know, the current you know, numbers, maybe they're starting to look really bearish. Maybe there's a big bear wall in the order book or something, and it's looking like it's gonna dump, and then all of a sudden just nope, kind of reverses on you. It happens. It happens. But generally speaking, as you can see, every time we are getting a blood diamond, not every time, sorry. Most of the time when we're getting a blood diamond, we are dumping to the downside. As you can see here, not every dump will get a blood diamond. Now, I wish I could tell you I knew how that code was working behind the scenes, but I don't. So I can't give you, super specifics on what exactly causes it. But it's not necessarily largely important to what we're doing when you're trading, because you're just looking, see, like here, we got the reversal triangle. Kind of continued up for a second, but then started coming down again. We probably had our small red diamond to start out with. Then maybe the red X and the blood diamond probably popped on at the same time, and by then it's usually already starting to take off to the downside. And here was one big candle. Here it played out over a period of time. Yeah, just a single candle dump on that one. But yeah, so you could kind of see, these diamonds between the small diamonds between the yellow and the red, bearish continuation, or sorry, bullish continuation, break to the bearish side. The red X here, like a bearish, you could almost call it like a bearish change in the trend, but it's not accurate enough. Best to just keep it to the ribbon is compressing and has a chance of flipping. Because it may not always flip, but the only time it's going to flip is if it starts compressing. And you can see it here, kind of compressed there, but obviously started coming up. Got the green dot, but was invalidated right about there. And that brings us to our last market cipher A indicator, is this nice, beautiful little yellow X. And the yellow X is a bearish indicator, and it is showing that there are a lot of whale moves, or some would call it manipulation, and is essentially the manipulation slash bearish whale move indicator. So if there's very, very big orders, sell orders going in, that's probably the easiest way just to describe it. But it's like somebody's trying to drive the price down, whether it's intentionally or just a result of a lot of large transactions. Either way, it is helpful. And if you ever saw the short that I made a while back, there is like a strategy called the 4 yellow X strategy. And what that is when you have a downtrend going and you get 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Around the time you get that 4th X, it is frequently a good sign of exhaustion, like selling exhaustion, and that you are hopefully nearing the bottom and that it's going to reverse to the upside. Now, that is very dependent upon what time frame you're on. If you're on a very low time frame, you can continue to keep getting X's. Now, these are separate trends, or at least I would call them separate, but we had 3 on that one, took a break for a little bit, but still continued down. But then again, it's not called the 3 yellow X strategy, so just saying. Let me see if we can find one here. It's 3. 3. It's still technically kind of separate, but again, you can see just based on where they're at, it's not always in the middle of a dump, but you'll often see them there, and that's kind of just common sense, really, because if you're in the middle of the price dumping, obviously people with large wallets or who are doing large transactions are going to want to sell before it gets to the bottom, are going to want to take a short while there's still some nice big moves to the downside. I mean, who wouldn't want that nice 22% leverage that guy and looking pretty good. So I don't know, do you guys have any questions about these indicators on market cipher A? Again, it's a very helpful guide. Definitely not something that I am basing trade decisions on, wholly on their own. But they are helpful. Especially in little cases when you got stuff like this going, you see, okay, one red diamond coming, so maybe you want to take profits for a little bit. And then, okay, we start coming back up, going. Probably hold out through that one. Get to here. Again, we're on the hourly chart, so you're up there when you start seeing these. Okay, maybe you want to take profits, take a break for a little bit. Now you're starting to get these higher lows over here. Once you get back into the green, maybe you go back in or start a new trade, whatever it may be. I know when I first started using Market Cipher, I probably paid a little bit too much attention to these triangles. And it took me a little while before I really kind of figured it out and had enough experience after watching them and just running backward through charts and looking to see what happened every time they showed up, that it's not the kind of thing you want to exit a trade on immediately once it pops up. But when you do see it, and again, this is the hourly, if you saw it coming in down here on the 8-minute or the 5-minute or the 3-minute even, then with the lower time frame, you definitely want to be paying attention. So again, came up, kind of continued for a little bit, got this green dot, and even though it's saying it's going to continue, this one actually here is the dangerous example. So you can see we got 3 yellow ones, but we got that red one went into the X, and that was kind of a wrap for that one. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Blood diamond just popped up. Let's see what happens. It's coming in and out. Now again, on the active candle, just because it shows up does not mean that it is, it's a fact. It's not set in stone. Anything on this first candle, it is just printing. So like that, blood diamond just printed. Now it's gone. It's not until you have a new candle and it is back here that it is confirmed. Because, that candle, live time, anything can happen. Price could start pumping. Blood diamond goes away. Just out of curiosity here, I'll pop down to the 5-minute. So we did have the reversal. We do have the red diamond. Now again, or maybe, no, not again because I didn't say this yet, but the trend is your friend. So we are trending upward. Something to keep in mind. We are having higher lows. but we're also kind of having lower highs, so we are squeezing in here a little bit. Not that I'm not saying this is a pattern. I'm just drawing it just to illustrate my point here. Pop back to the 8. It's blinking in and out. Let's go down to the 4. Okay, so now we're starting to weaken a little bit. Might be curving back up. Had that blood diamond back there. Didn't go down terribly far. I'm thinking we probably break out to the upside of this little trend line pattern. I don't even want to call it a pattern, but so yeah, so that is those. And if you guys have any questions, throw it down in the comments. You know, if you like these market cipher videos, let me know. There's not really a lot of stuff left to do more market cipher videos on. At that point, I think I'll probably, you know, at minimum, maybe just start doing regular analysis videos just on, you know, different coins, different tokens, and just look at what's going on, pop out to the high time frame, see where things are at, you know, in the macro view. If you guys want to see that, I know everybody else does that. So, I mean, you can get that analysis from anywhere, really. Question then becomes, whose style do you like? Who do you trust? Who generally tends to be right? Kind of important. So, let me know if there's something else you want to see. By all means, drop me a line. I think we are going to have more videos getting into, you know, the various different indicators over here in TradingView. You know, start getting into some other stuff a little bit. But as far as Market Cipher, I mean, we got the ribbons. I kind of showed it in this one. There's not much to get into beyond that. And as you can see, I like having these two here. You got your big yellow one, and then you've got your close EMA ribbon over there. And as you can see, when it changes colors from gray to blue, blue to gray, gray to blue, that is the ribbon flipping over. So you could still tell that the ribbon is, you know, rolling over or inverting just with that one little EMA right there. Let's see what's going on here. Nothing. Move faster. Do stuff. Some volume. Oh, next to nothing. Everybody's busy. Don't want to trade crypto right now. Bummer. All right. I'm leaving it at that. We're going to cut it. I don't know. Holler at me. Let me know if you like it, what you want to see. If, you know, if you liked those last couple of videos I did where we're, you know, talking about general crypto topics, let me know. I certainly enjoy running my mouth and ranting like an idiot. So it's fun for me. If you like it, I'll do more. Well, I'll probably do more anyways. All right. Everybody have a good one. Stay free. Whatever country you're in. Shout out to everybody else from different spots around the world. Hope you all are doing good. Later.